today here, I'm very excited because we have a special guest, a special warrior that just went through the Dads on Fire project to share some of the results that he got in his life. And most importantly, to share what is possible in your own life. So, Quincy, how are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be on the show. It's good to be here, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, first of all, for being here with us. So before anything, share a little bit just about the results that you got from the Dads on Fire project so far.
Thank you, man. Last year, in the month of July 2017, I was at a point in my life where things were not, where they should be health-wise, with my body, with my energy, with the way I looked. I was sluggish. When I climbed up the stairs, I would be panting, literally, just panting, trying to, get as much air as I can to breathe. But I came in contact with this Dads on Fire program, through BRUNO. And I got it. I saw a little bit of things that he shared, decided to get involved. It was just a conscious decision I made. And from July 2017 till now, it's been a tremendous process. Notice I used the word process. It's been a tremendous process, a tremendous journey, not a final destination for me, but, a never-ending, life-altering process where I was weighing 288 pounds at the end of July 2017. As of right now, I weigh 205. All I had to do was to commit to this, remarkable program, learn all the process and all the principles and all the steps and all the requirements on how to, be a dad on fire and become a better version of myself. And from that time till now, it's been great. My energy level is through the roof. I'm lean, I'm trimmed, I'm healthier, I have more energy, I have more vitality. I'm able to do a whole lot of more things that I couldn't do, July of 2017 and before that particular point in time. Now it's just great.
Yeah. No, it's unbelievable. Of course, you lost a lot of body fat, over 80 pounds, which is incredible. But
that is correct, sir.
When I see it's much more than just the weight. Of course, the weight is great, right? But it's much bigger than that. And it's more. The most impressive thing is that you can keep it off. We talk about this all the time. More than 90% of dads in general, they can't find a way to sustain the results. And a lot of people, they can lose weight, but most of them, they end up gaining everything back. So congratulations for you, man. It's you who made.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So Quincy,
thank you.
What did you try to do before, before joining this project, the Dads on Fire project? What have you tried to do before to change your weight, of course, your health? Can you share a little bit about this?
Yes, I can. Before July 2017, even a couple of years back, I pretty much applied conventional wisdom, which is to eat less, work out more, and still do the same crappy things that I did, eating all kinds of bad food, all kinds of oily food, greasy food, and then work out more and eat less and do the things that pointed out, conventional wisdom, or things that pertain to conventional wisdom, or things that, were trendy. And at the end of the day, none of that stuff worked for me. In fact, I ended up adding more, racking up and packing up more pounds than anything. And it wasn't until I joined this program that I had to deconstruct my way of thinking and just open up to something new. And it all had to do with changing my mindset, looking at things differently, from nutrition to exercise to sleep to stress management to gratitude to how you approach the day when you wake up in the morning and all that good stuff. And, combining all of those things, and then also looking at different aspects of life, understanding purpose, having a passion for doing things that you really love and care about, and just applying all these things made a tremendous difference. For the first time, I saw that living a successful life or living a fulfilled life went just beyond health. It covered every aspect of life. And there is no program, there is no project, there is no service out there that is providing anything on this level, on this magnitude, and with this much quality.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of our missions here. That's because this pisses me off. Like we see this all the time when people are trying to be healthier. They go straight to what you just mentioned before. They go to this, oh, I have to work out more and I have to be watching what I eat. I have to eating less, whatever it is, the approach that they're going to be following. They're going to be starting this diet plan, whatever. And we see like the results are here. Like people cannot achieve the results they're looking for with this methodology. So yeah, like
that's true.
That's one reason why we do the things that the way we do inside of the DOF project is because we know that it doesn't give you the results that you're looking for if you just focus on exercise and nutrition, right? So
right.
Why do you think that most dads, unfortunately, like I mentioned before in the beginning of the show, are failing at this game of health, at this game of life, really?
The major or the biggest reason why I think a lot of dads are failing at this game of life and this game of health is because they've been preconditioned to think a certain way about life, about health, about eating. They think all their lives they've been, probably trained to work out more and eat less and just do everything that pertains to conventional wisdom. But just like anything successful, usually goes, it starts with building a foundation. And one of the things I appreciate about the Dads on Fire program is that it starts from the ground up. It strips everything down. It's like taking down an old house, and then you start to build a solid foundation. You take the fundamentals, you take all the things that pertain to, the beginning. Like for nutrition, you look at micronutrients, you look at macronutrients, you look at, digestion, you look at, different kinds of foods, you look at, the timing with which you eat food. These are things that other programs out there do not cover. And one of the things that a lot of dads fail at is not getting the foundational knowledge to build their lives, like building a house, so that by the time the roof is put on and the house is complete, you have a solid house to live in for the rest of your life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, foundation, it's so important. And on the beginning, sometimes, people, already know this and this is too basic. But yeah, this is important to have that ground, like the foundation, to have that solid so that we can keep adding layers on top of this and really just becoming 1% better every day. That's one of our values, one of the codes inside of the project, right? So for you, Quincy,
right,
what was like the biggest shift that really occurred for you inside of the program? Because it's not like you were already healthy, like you just mentioned. When you joined her, was here, you were like 280, right? So what was like the shift, that's the biggest shift that occurred for you inside of the program?
For me, the biggest shift that occurred inside the program was to take on a different mindset. First of all, I had to be open-minded. I had to put aside everything that I thought I knew, and I had to come in like a little child, come in like someone who knew nothing and just open my entire mind up to this new information, this new approach and new way of doing things. And the moment I settled that particular piece, as far as being open-minded, I made up my mind to consciously be engaged and to commit. One of the things that I see a lot of people fail at is their ability or willingness, or the lack thereof, to commit to something that they start that's pretty new. They don't know, the excitement is there when they want to start something new that is fresh and they think might make a difference in their lives. But 5 weeks down the road, 6 weeks down the road, that's where the true test is. When you take the basic, elements of this particular program, the knowledge, and you start to apply them, and you say, no matter what, rain, sunshine or snow, I am actually going to stick with it. I'm actually going to apply this thing and wait for the outcome, to be seen. And then also just say, okay, you know what? Even after I've seen the results, I have to make this a part of my life now. So it became a thing of wanting to make this not a final destination, but an ongoing journey and process. And that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, for people watching or listening to this right now, the Dads on Fire life, the things that we do inside of this project is definitely not for everybody. Like Quincy saying here, this is not a quick fix. This is not like a magic formula where you're just going to be doing nothing and getting the results. And it is simple. And Quincy can say about this much better than I can. It's pretty simple. It's a step by step, day by day, you're going to implement in just one thing. And when you see at the end of the project, you have the results, right? But this is not for everybody. And we see across the board, people start something and they give up, right? So
Right.
it's definitely something to think about it here. So for you, Quincy, what was like the most important thing inside of this project? Was like the step-by-step system, the day-by-day that we use? Was the mindset training? Was the group support that we have there? The environments? Was everything, all of the above? For you, what was the most important thing?
I appreciate you asking that. I think the most important thing for me was the support system, the encouragement, the environment that was actually created by the Dads on Fire program, where it provided the encouragement, it provided the motivation, it provided, that never-ending support. The fact that I knew that I wasn't in it alone, was huge for me. And then going step by step, doing it day by day, and having accountability, being held accountable for every responsibility, every assignment, every task that I was actually given, it was huge. It made a tremendous difference or impact in my life. I just knew that the moment I started it, and I knew that I had a couple of, or a few other guys who were in the same situation as I was and committed to the same goal, and providing daily support and daily encouragement and that daily push, and then holding each other accountable was the biggest thing for me. That's the greatest resource that anybody can have. As long as, you make up your mind and you take that next step to say, okay, look, I've been doing things a certain way. It hasn't been working. This is something new that is legit and is authentic and provides tools that I can use and, give it a chance, give it a shot. And as long as I do that and stay with it, and knowing that there are people behind me, every step of the way to encourage me and keep me going, that was the biggest difference or motivational factor for me.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for sharing that. And I talk about this all the time. It's not enough just to have information. In fact, you don't need more information, right? We have all this information around us. We have YouTube videos, we have podcasts. In fact, this podcast, you have a lot of information. But if you're not having the results that you're looking for in your health, in your life right now, I truly believe that you need to have these three things in places. And it's not just one, not even just two. You need to have the three, which is what I just mentioned here. It's the support, right? This team, this coaching. So when life gets hard, you have that accountability to keep going no matter what. Like Quincy just mentioned here, we have to have the mindset right, the commitments. We have to understand that our results are really going to come from changing our perspective, changing our mindset. And then, of course, we need to have this little by little, day by day system to implement the things that we are learning. So I truly believe we need to have these three pillars in place to really get long-term results, right? So Quincy, if you can say like one thing for the dads who is watching or listening to us right now, who is, probably overweight, who is tired, feeling burnouts, just not really happy with the way the body looks, the energy is probably not there, maybe even the sex drive is lower now, getting older, and they don't have that's just the energy to play with their family, with their kids. And who is watching right now, what is the one thing that you would say for this dad?
The one thing I would say to that dad or those dads out there is this: you've tried everything else your entire life, and you are where you are right now with no energy, with no sex drive, with no focus, with no determination to be better, or to be there for your family, or to be there for your friends, or to be there for your colleagues, or be there for other people around you. You've been in this rut for years. And now, at last, we have a program. We have a platform. We have something that can change your life from the inside out, that can turn this whole thing around for you. But it's not going to happen until you make up your mind to make the change. And the change begins with changing your mindset, your perspective, your outlook on how to do things, as far as, changing your health and changing your energy level. It has to do with you saying, okay, you know what, I want to, get off my ass. I want to get off my butt. I want to get off, what I've been doing for all these years. I want to try something different. Now, what's the worst that can happen? It's only one of two things. It's either it will work for you, for a lifetime, or it will not work. But you're not going to know until you try, and I was in that situation, a year ago, almost a year ago. And now my life is different. All it did was for me to say yes. The invitation was given to me. It was my responsibility to say yes. It fell on me to make it, to make a difference. It fell on me to take an action, to take that one step that began everything. And now my life is different. So to that dad, or to those group of dads out there that are struggling with their weight and struggling with everything that has to do with their health or way of life, I can pretty much tell you one thing: you will not be disappointed. Let me say that again. You will not be disappointed when you give this particular program the shot, the well-deserved opportunity and shot that it needs and you need. Trust me, your life will never be the same again. My energy is through the roof. I'm looking better. A lot of people have been inspired by my story, by the way I look, by how far I've come. My family, they're all, thankful, for, for what I went through and where I'm at right now.
Yeah, in fact, that was actually going to be my last questions for you today, because and for people who come inside of the DOF project, they soon realize that this is much bigger than a fat loss program. This is about a life transformation, right? And you know that now that you are a warrior inside of the project, what can you now do with this new life, right? You can do so much more things. And one of our goals with this is to go ahead and inspire other dads around you, right? Not just dads, but family in general, like people who are in touch with. So how is this new life for you? How are you inspiring other people around you? What has changed into that department?
Oh man, it's huge. I mean, from my own immediate family, my wife, my mom, my siblings, to my friends around, and my colleagues at work, and just people in general. I've found a new outlet and a new opportunity, a new avenue, a channel, if you would, to inspire. There's nothing that makes me smile, or nothing that makes me happier than to see people who knew me before July 2017, and they see me now and they're like, "Oh wow, you look amazing. What did you do?" And then that starts the conversation right there. Like, okay, this is what I did. This is, how it started. This is what I had to do differently to be where I'm at right now. And so, I can tell you, just from experience, that this particular platform has given me an opportunity to inspire a lot of people, to give people hope, to give people courage, to let them know that it's possible. It's all about possibility. It's all about letting them know that there is an opportunity to turn things around, and it begins with doing the things that I did and then willingly committing to them for the rest of your life. So it has opened a new door, a new chapter for me to inspire people, to motivate people, to bring enlightenment, to bring knowledge, to encourage. And now a lot of people around me are starting to take, these things seriously. Things that have to do with nutrition, things that have to do with exercise, things that have to do with sleep, things that have to do with stress management, things that have to do, with gratitude, things that have to do, with even, something as simple as earthing. Where you get to take your shoes off, and be one with the earth. A lot of people thought that was just cheesy or corny, but now they see the benefit in doing something as simple as that. And this is what the DOF program is all about. The DOF program, or Dads on Fire program, is about giving you an opportunity to learn the basics all over again and just implement them nonstop. Implementation for me was key. Commitment was key. Accountability was key. And my life is different because of that.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Well deserved. It's all on you. You took the action and you implement the things that we talk about inside of the project, man. So I'm very proud of you and the transformation, of course. And now you can go and help other dads, other people to achieve the same things. You know, that's the movements that we are creating inside of the
Yes,
Dad Bod.
sir. Yes, sir. It is a movement. It is a valuable, needed, required movement that we need in this time and age in the 21st century. Because with the way things have been broken down, and we have so many disconnected things, and there's a huge disconnect between the way we used to live, in the past and now, with technology, with everything looking so modern. It's time to go back to the basics. And that's what the Dads on Fire program does. It teaches you how to take the basic stuff and implement them in modern times so you can have results that will last for a lifetime.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Do you have any other thing that you'd like to share with us here today with the people who are listening to this right now or watching?
Yes, sir. I would like to end this by saying that, look, no one is, you might think, you're being judged. You might think that there is no program out there, that would accept you for, who you are, where you are, and what you are, as far as, what you're going through. But I can tell you this, that the Dads on Fire program is truly a program that doesn't judge. That's not perfect, but will take your situation and help you help you to become 1% better every single day. This program is not about being perfect. It's not about doing everything that we teach you perfectly. There are going to be days that, you might not even have the drive or the willingness to even take a walk or even do a lift or even do a high interval intensity training as you will learn in this program. But the fact that there's a willingness to commit, to the program for the rest of your life, that's all that matters. As you give yourself 100% to this program, eventually you're going to be in a situation or in a space or in an area of your life where you're doing these things 80% of the time, and 20% of the time you are fine. You will be okay, because 80% of the time you're doing the right things, and the other 20% will account for the 80% of the time that you're doing these things and your life is changing for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. In fact, yeah, that's so true. Like the beginning, the project actually is just the beginning. The continuation is after going through the program. That's where the fun actually begins, and that's
yes, sir.
Actually,
yes, sir.
The results are going to come from, right? So,
yes,
man,
sir.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. For you watching or listening to this right now, there is a link below or somewhere in the description of this episode, somewhere wherever you're watching or listening to this right now, where you can actually watch a training, and so that you can actually know a little bit more about the Dads on Fire project, and hopefully you can also become our next transformation, just like Quincy here. Thank you so much, everybody right now who is watching here. And remember to take action so that you can become a Dads on Fire. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Thank you, man.
Thank you.